Hello, my name is Andrew or Alamar, and welcome to Rediscover Your Hidden Intuitive Gifts and Reconnect with Loved Ones Beyond the Veil. Today we have an amazing guest. An amazing guest. Would you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
My name is Veronica Parks, and I come to you in a form of all that is, as you will discover yourself to be too. I I'm a channel, which means I will connect to higher self, so to speak. And I know we get into this, especially with Halloween. We're gonna get into some juicy subjects, but ultimately today, what my intention is to channel through maybe your opening to discovering more multidimensional parts of yourself. So I present to you the multidimensional part of me today.
I love that so much. I love it. Okay, so I want to ask you, how can people access their multidimensional selves? Like, what, in your opinion, do they need to do so?
Mhm. Well, first to access, obviously, you got to have the desire. The desire comes in, you're like, what else is out there? Am I just this human, or do I have access to all the other gifts like other beings? Because that's within every single one of our DNA. But the next step, usually what comes in is that fear. Because for 2000 years or even longer, we have been ingrained all these stories. So usually where the fear is of like, oh, don't try that, don't discover that, don't expand more into who you are, because that's just imagination. So that fear is ingrained in our DNA, and when we feel that fear, we switch and we turn it into excitement, because your body can't really tell what's fear and what's excitement. It reacts the same way. So when you feel fear, you know that that is the place you want to go to. That is your hidden power. And you go towards it. You allow the desire of discovering more than you are, of embracing more parts of you, more magical parts of you, because you already know what the 3D world is. You've experienced it for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But what else is out there? What if I could walk through the world and have a whole team of angels and beings walking the path with me? And anything I desire, I can simply ask guidance. I can ask, I can shift the energy, move things, and create my very reality with my thoughts, my words, my feelings, with connection to something more than is outside of me. So that desire has to be that big, because it is in every single one of you. When you see a person, there's so much fire, so much life force. You're like, I want to drink the Kool-Aid. What is that? It's that life force. It's tapping into something that is more than just you. So once we go past the fear, we clear the veil of all the stories that we've been told, all the movies and medias that, oh my goodness, like playing with your wild side is bad, and then being sensual is bad, and opening to your Kundalini energy is bad, and this is bad, and shaming all of this, right? But deep inside, we know that we are godly too. We know that the life we have, somehow we co-created too. With every thought, with every fear, with every desire. So we begin transmuting all the fear from the collective, from your manifestation. What is coming very strongly is the word witch. The witch wind has been very, very, how to say, a bursting into the collective for the divine feminine, for the wild side, the medicine woman, to come to the surface, because that is what it truly needed in the collective right now. And with the Halloween, the veil between the worlds is thin, and therefore there is an invitation for all of us to open to more than we are. And maybe lift the veil and open up to what we have discovered so far. What if our dreams were not just dreams? What if deja vu is living a parallel reality? What if seeing things ahead of time is your higher self allowing you to pave the way for you so you can relax and watch the show and enjoy this path? What if every time that your body is excited about doing something, that means your higher self, your whole team, is telling you that this is the right thing for you? And what if, when thinking about something, your body cringes or it goes into dis-ease? We listen to that too. We open up to more and we ask our higher self, all that we're connected to, what do we need to pay attention to? What is our body telling us? So truly, our multidimensionality is I took you on a whole journey everywhere. You're like, Veronica, you started from here and then we went there, we went there. This is what that is. When you open up to all of you, you will never get bored a day in your life. For one. Number two, you will be filled with life force from everything that you're connected to, not just from other humans with social interactions, but from the sun, from flowers, from crystal, from turning on the fire that is already inside you. We do a lot of things in the world to feel that love. Let's open up that subject. Everything we do is to feel love. But do you know that there is a diamond heart inside of you? They can connect it to your higher self. They can consistently feel you. So you become the vibration of love for you. And if you open up your heart, you might feel it too. Every single one of you has this beautiful diamond light shining through. That is your fountain of life force. Open up to you. We have been through a lot as a collective. We are going through now. But when we come back to this level of love, to what is truly important, and we open up our heart, especially when the entire world is closing in fear, we open up our heart to love even more. Because when we open, we connect to all there is, to our multidimensionality. If you've never expanded more than your heart, try now. Can you open your heart to the size of your room? Ah, have you ever done that? You're like, Veronica, I haven't opened up my heart the size of my body. I'm afraid to even go that far.
I was just gonna say that, like,
And
I haven't, and it feels like it would be so transcendent or transformational to do so.
yes, and I feel that in collective, and it's deep fear of all that we've been through.
Mhm.
But staying in this place, we're not shifting anything in our life or the entire collective. So the only way out is through. The pain, whatever fear we feel, we experiencing, it feels like our small ego, mind is going to tell us, no, 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 like this is life and death. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. No, your heart desires you. Your dream is telling you that you're supposed to do this, but no, life and death, no. It's life and death of the ego, right? It's a serious thing. But we are beyond that. When we connect our heart to our higher self that is beyond our human mind, and we allow the desire, the passion to take place, to take the throne of your life, then you will know that every choice you make is from utmost divine self, because your heart is the only thing that cannot be corrupt by anyone, by anything. Your heart is the only organ that has not been corrupt. Your love, your love, your love that you have, you true, true, true unconditional love, it is something that hasn't been corrupt by the system. You want out of the matrix, you want to change your life, you open your heart. And I know it hurts, but this is where we start. When we open our heart and love the unlovable within ourselves first, can you love the part of you that has done all that it needed to so you can be here now? Can you have so much compassion for all versions of you up to this point in time. However you consider them to be good, bad, ugly, whatever. Let's bring all the skeletons. I mean, it's Halloween. Let's bring all the skeletons. All parts that you don't love, bring them in. Allow the divine, the life force, this pure divine love that flows through every one of our hearts to love on that too. Because there's nothing that you've done that many other beings haven't done too. There is no reason to continue carrying this guilt and shame. That is distorted technology that we cleared away out of our system now as we speak into. Let it go. You choose to walk the world as the highest version of you. And you begin to open up your heart to love yourself too.
Mm.
And as you love yourself, you find more compassion and love for those around you. And the world becomes a better place. As every single act is an act of love or a cry for love. So let's open up the life force because our heart is connected to all that is. You want to open to your multidimensionality. This is the bridge. This is the bridge. If the heart is closed, if there's still people that you don't like in your life, that you use your life force to dislike, speaking to, you're giving your life force, you're giving your gold, your cryptocurrency, your money, whatever it is, you're giving your money because you can turn that and feel into a project and something that turns you on, that is for you. You can turn that to love you, to love all of you. And I know we have misused our energy in many ways. But we can put a stop to that today and open up our heart to love ourselves first. All parts, unapologetically, with no justifications. If somebody comes to you and tells you you did this or you did that, you're like, yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah, I did. Oh, you this way. Yep, thank you for sharing. The whole world is perfect as you are too. Who said that this is bad and this is good? Who said this is pretty and this is ugly? Who made up that? We did all of that. We created the matrix and we're trying to run out of that too. But it's in our mind. So let's give the throne to our heart. Let's open up to our kingdom, to infinite abundance where everyone thrives, where every person in this world can be loved too, because you love you. You can never love the world around you more than you love you. It is impossible. It is simply an act of love. So can we open our heart to have compassion for ourselves, for what we created so far, and simply allow the flow of love. If I were to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest flow, right now, pick a person. You can pick me, you can pick Andrew, you can pick anyone, right? Pick a person and allow the level of 1 of love from 1 to 10, allow the flow of 1 to go from me and you. Just 1. Just love me 1 out of 10 and receive 1 out of 10 from me. Just allow the flow. It's safe. Level of friendship. There's nothing to be worried about. It is just pure love. It's pure love. There's no condition. There's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to give. You simply allow yourself to love. I feel the heart opening. It's just 1. This is just 1. That is how far we've gone. But if you trust this process, and you can imagine that you're in a beautiful bubble of light. Imagine that that is your aura, your light body, your higher self, your divine self, so to speak. So imagine this beautiful iridescent bubble of light around you. Maybe it fills up your entire room. And in this energy is pure light, is divine. You'll only receive what is for you, nothing more, nothing less, only what you're willing to. And it's just love. It's just pure, innocent, divine love. Nothing, it's just love. means that you're perfect. All of you. All parts of you, all of you is perfect. Now let's tune that up to two. Let's allow the flow of love up to flow in. Ooh. Now it's like, okay, we can play. There's a little more flow. Just allow the love, the flow of love from your heart to the being that you were thinking about, or even me. Allow the love of two to flow. This is cleansing for you. This is purifying. This is the light shower of your body that your soul has been craving for a long time. Let's do it on Halloween. The spirits are like happy. They're like, yes, you release too. Many of us. Let's allow the level of three. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Some of you, your heart might be already like, oh, I never opened up my heart to love at the level of three.
I can actually like feel the change, like as we go up the levels, I can feel
Right?
like a
And
change.
it's just three.
Hmm.
And it's three. Breathe into it. Just breathe. Just breathe. Allow this love. It simply flows through. And the beauty of it, it not only fuels you, but now the level of three might be even too much for your body. You might be like, I need to call my mom. I gotta tell my neighbors how amazing they are. I might just need to buy flowers for someone. I just feel so good. I just want to bathe in this. I feel like I'm high and I even need to do plant medicine or anything. I'm just feeling good. This is only level three. Whoa, I've been missing out on life.
Hmm.
This cost me zero? What? And it's not me, it's all of you. It's every single one of you opening up to you. Okay, let's tune it up to four. If you need to lay down and just breathe and just open it up, let it loose. Oh, level of four, level of four. You might feel the love flowing through every being that you know, as if you're loving an innocent child, a dog, the cutest animal ever. Love the most. The level of love just flowing through. It's unconditional. They're just so beautiful. They're just so amazing. And there's no fear because they're just pure. They're just pure. It's just pure love. It's just pure love. It's just pure love. Allow that love of love. Let's raise it up to five, six. Let's go to six. Oh, let's go to seven. Of seven, you have no choice but to love every being that has been in your life because they are. You know how tough it's been for you to come up to this point in your life. And you have some compassion for those who hurt you. Because it's even tougher for you because they hurt you. So now they have to carry that karma too. It's probably 10 times tougher than for them. Can we allow some compassion? Can we lift some of the karma for the entire collective? Can we release that? When we forgive others, we are simply giving them back their gift of whatever it didn't fit with us when we reclaim our energy. We're not forgiving, we're not enabling, we're giving them back their gift. It's action, whatever it is. We're giving back their gifts with love. Say thank you, wrong address, not me. We reclaim our energy from the beginning of time. Feel your own energy, your own essence coming back to you. Allowing the level of love, level of seven of love to flow through. The level of seven, you might realize that every person that's hurt you was a messenger that you signed up on a soul level to play a role so you can remember that you're loved too. They were screaming for love from you in a terrible way, the best they knew. And you allow the level of eight of love to flow through. You remember the compassion that you have for your body for being here and made it so far, even with all the food, with all the natural flavors and sodas and things that we put in, and pollution and information. It's still here. It's still here. It's still holding you. It is still allowing you to feel more pleasure and joy and make a shift in this world and around you. The level of eight allows every cell in your body to make love to the cell in vicinity. Imagine every cell making love to the cell next to it. Every cell of your body is making love to the cell next to it. Allow the level of ecstasy of love flow through every cell of your body. As we move to the level of 9, and we expand our DNA to activate the gifts as the veil is thin from our ancestral lineage, all that is dormant within us we receive with grace. As we allow the love between ourselves and those who passed away, with those who we come from, with those we're connected in our blood, we allow their gifts, the love, to flow through every being from the beginning of all that is, that has been present in our DNA. We love them all. We love them all so much. And then we get to the level of 10. And we receive the love of the angels, the love of the fairies and the unicorns and the dragons and the creator. We go to the level of the cosmic universe of all that is, beyond the planet, beyond all that we have ever known, beyond where we can have words. We just expand to this level. When we are one, there is no you and I. We're one. We're one. Ecstasy, pure flow of divinity, flowing through for the whole world, for every heart, to fill up for every single being, to remember who you are, for the godly energy to awaken within you. As you remember that you are love, and anything but love is a distortion of the matrix, you remember you. And so it is. And so it is. And you feel your body. And you open your eyes. And you realize that you've never left the place. You have been here the whole time. All of this has been you. I simply showed you what is possible for you. But you did all of this. You felt it all. This is you. This magic, this juice is in you. The ancestors, all that you're connected, is here for you. When you begin to open up to more magic inside you, magic is simply vibrating at the level of love of 10 with no worries and just being that buffet for you and the whole world. If you dedicate your life to allow the love flow of 10 and do nothing in this world, just feel the love, you will change the whole world. That is the power we have. We can overthrow the entire system that doesn't feel good with this love, because this is uniting us all. We are the leaders of our life. So what are we going to do with this? Are we going to begin to love all that is? Begins with you.
It feels like so much surrender. It feels like so much allowing. And as you went through the levels, I could feel myself moving out of my prejudices, out of the things that just no longer serve me to be in love.
Because you're no longer you are simply love. Identity or small ego. It is great for the level of human evolution. It's a good catalyst. Meaning your individuality, your difference, so to speak, or your uniqueness, allows you to expand into more than you are. Oh, you were this flavor and I'm this flavor, and I want to try your flavor. Let's combine this so maybe we can make something that is bigger than the sum of two, right? We've gone too far into giving the throne to the small ego, meaning our mind, leading the life, making decisions, daily decisions from our mind. And we neglected our heart. We consider that fluff, right? But this is our power center. Because when you open this, when you connect to this, you're untouchable by the entire matrix. This is your key. You have the key. You can open your heart. And you say, Veronica, how can I open my heart? Because everything in my body tells me I've been through this. How can I create a future if the past is showing me this?
Mhm.
My heart was broken and I put this wall. So when I meet a person, when a person shows this kind of behavior, I already know because I have a wall, I'm out, right? We do this. And then this happened in business. And you're like, okay, if next time something happens in business, I already have a wall. If something happens, I'm out. Now box gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Do you notice this? And sure, there is a beautifulness to the individuality, to aligning with people who are aligned with you. But I want you to look at every limitation that tells you there's something you cannot do and ask, is that really a limitation of your human possibility, or multidimensional possibility, coming from a wind, or something else? So I understand that we put a lot of walls in our heart to protect ourselves. But here's what truly happens. Let's say you've been in a relationship and you've experienced this behavior, or you had the behavior in a family, and you going through life trying to avoid that. And anytime you find somebody that has that behavior, you're like, red flags, I'm out, right?
Mhm.
But because you put the wall is only put there because the emotion was never felt and let go. You never have to protect your heart if you process your emotions. It doesn't matter how bad the pain is. If you allow the pain just come through, it feels like it's life and death. Just watch it. No thoughts, just feel it. It's 60 seconds, it's gone. And you got liberation. But what we do instead, we put a wall to hide that pain from ever coming out, or meeting anyone that will trigger that pain.
Mhm.
And what is really happening is, when we put that wall, our subconscious mind, a part of ourselves, is constantly scanning the world for anyone that has that behavior.
Mhm.
It's actually attracting it to you. And now you have your wall and you're ready to counteract because you already know what to do. This is how we build jail. So this is one negative effect of it. But not only that, when we put walls around our heart, we also block ourselves from receiving what is ours by divine right. So any protection that you're holding, like I'm gonna love only one or zero, anytime you are invited to where your mind is telling you to love less than 10, you're like, Veronica, 10 is God mode. Let's bring it 5. Sure, let's bring it 5. Bring it 3, whatever feels comfortable. Bring a level 3. Can you walk through the world loving every being the same way you love your brothers, your sisters, and your best friends?
Yeah.
Can you love a stranger, a clerk, a person that cuts you in traffic the same way? Where do we block our love flow? Where have we been taught that I'm only meeting you once in an interview, so I'm only gonna love you this much? Because you didn't invest in my life. You haven't been with me for 5 years. Why should I invest in more? Who came up with all of these restrictions? The small ego, the individuality. So we have to really understand what are we here to create. Because if we really want to love, that it's for us to open up to. It's nobody outside of you. I came with the level of 10, but you are not ready to receive. I had to walk you through the stairs.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
this make sense to you? I can have the biggest gift for you, but if you're having so many walls, you're going to be like, well, who is this person? I don't believe her. What if this? What if this? What if that? And we block the best gift that you could receive today, your soul evolution. So this invitation is for all of us, for me too. Can we open up our heart to love a little bit more? To trust a little bit more?
Mhm.
And even if everything in your body tells you your heart is going to get broken again, somebody's going to hurt you again, know this. Your heart is the strongest organ in your body. It can handle anything. And now that you opened up to your diamond heart, aligned with your higher self, as it's happening in real time,
Mhm.
you have connection to infinite energy. So what if your heart gets broken? There's more pieces. There's more light to come in. My heart is even bigger. How do you think I managed to be able to love so much? My heart's been broken millions of times. And every time it just grew bigger and I love more. You're like, oh, this didn't work. Okay, let me open my bandwidth to love even more and even more and even more and even more and even more until all that is love. Until all that is love. And if we build a world where we all flow at the level of love, there's no protection needed. I never have to worry about somebody lying or mistreating or misusing or doing any of it because I'm connected to infinite energy. So there's constant stream of life force and love coming through me for me to share around. See the matrix, I don't want to say the matrix with utmost love because we build it. We like obviously serves a purpose. I'm simply inviting all of us to expand into more than what is already here. So we love what is, what else? Right? We don't want to clear, like, okay, this is bad, throw it away. No, everything's perfect. What else? What else? How can we expand? And I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so I want to ask you this then. While you're kind of on that track, I want to ask you, is surrendering to your heart and surrendering to love the way that you kind of, well, a good way, I'll say, to connect with your intuitive, psychic, and healing abilities?
Yes, and I will share why. At the base of all creation is our strong belief. That's really the tunnel. So anything that you want to manifest or create in this realm, you need the structure, the tunnel that you can flow energy through. And that is the belief. If you have a strong belief that something is possible, then now you can flow your energy, your life force, your sacred sexuality, your friendship, whatever it is that you're filled with, right? Now you have that tunnel. So first we need that belief. Whatever you believe in, it's going to happen. If you believe that this is possible for you, the rest is it's already done. Passing through the belief is hearing your ego telling you a million reasons why you shouldn't do something, why this is not for you. Or it can be like, you know what, if I had a best friend that will tell me all this bullshit, I would have like fired him a long time ago. But I'm listening to this voice. So we lower the volume of that voice. We go in our heart. And we believe in what is possible, even if it hasn't been before. We just shifted into a whole new collective of balancing of the scales. So if you're like, I would love to live this person or this version of a life, this is your time. This is a whole new clean slate. Then now you already have an adult body. You don't have to come as a child and go through the diapers and the whole thing, forgetting. Now you already remember that you have this godly energy flowing through you, that you're connected to all that is, and you surrender to love because they know they got you. You trust you. So coming full circle of that belief, for you to connect to all that is you believing in you. If you believe that you have that godly energy flowing through you, the angels are waiting to pour into you. They've been knocking on your door, selling. They brought you to the summit. They brought you to this interview. They're like, you have to listen to this. Just experience it. Don't think about it. Just feel it. She's going to take you all over the place and unlock this stuff within you. They will no longer be able to go back to what it was because you know there's so much in this world for you and beyond. You begin to trust you because I wasn't born this way. I was silent for many years. I grew up in a third world country. I barely had money to have shoes that had no holes in it, so I don't freeze my feet because it's cold outside. We didn't have electricity or running water or heating. I had to make coals out of cow poop. I've been sexually abused. I can tell you stories.
Mhm.
So please use me as an example of what is possible for you. Because we can always choose to allow experience and turn it into gold.
Mhm.
Our pain is power. Whatever the pain is, feel it. You're stronger than that. Feel it, and then you turn into power. You allow the pain to fuel you, to show up in the world the way you're meant to. Because the only stories you're telling yourself is the ones that you chose from the reflections of the world outside of you. But if you've never met another person, you would have never known those reflections about you. You would simply be. So remember that you have the power to make your choices. And now that you believe and you know there is godly energy flowing through you, every single one of you, because you're here, you're experiencing this. You allow all the triggers, all the pain to transmute into love and light. You simply allow. The bubble of light is around you. Simply allow. Give all the pain, all the tears, all of it, all the blocks. Just allow this light. Allow it to transmute it to love. It's in your DNA because you are able to transmute that for you.
Mhm.
Your pain belongs to you because you're meant to transmute that through you. You are the God of you, co-creating with all that is around you. The power is in you, is your heart, is your ability to love you. What if there was a world where you were perfect?
That'd be awesome.
It tells you that it's not.
Mhm.
If the outside the world doesn't reflect your perfection, change it. What's stopping you? This is your life. You went through the diapers, through the whole thing so you can get to this point. Are you going to waste and live somebody's life? Or are you going to live yours the way you chose to?
Mhm. With mine.
Every moment we have a choice. Every moment we have a choice to love more because when we love, when we show up in the world with love, everything is possible. We can move mountains. You connect to all that is because you trust you. For the first time in your life, you lean back and you're like, well, if this is possible for Veronica and she believed in herself,
Mhm.
how am I different? She's got eyes, nose. There's no difference. There's no difference except the small individuality that helped me discover my own truth. Your individuality helped you discover your own truth. But if I share a truth that is more than your truth, and there's something within me that you want that too, then let's combine our truth and open up to more that is. My truth doesn't have to be more yours, but maybe there's a flavor, a key that you can add to yours so you can enjoy this ride even more. I don't have all the answers for you. I am me, but I am giving permission for you to be all that you are so we can expand this world.
I love that. And thank you for explaining that, explaining a lot more. I guess I want to say openly, I think a lot of us have the issue of being stuck not only in our ego, but in our head. And I love that you kind of gave a very deep, comprehensive understanding of not only like why it's important to separate and not separate, but kind of connect to your heart and live in that love, but also to surrender and to feel good about it and to know that you can change your reality by working to change not only your thoughts but how you react to things. And just talking to you in this moment, I don't know. It feels like all the things that have kept me held back, or that I've told myself of the story and pulled myself back, are like melting away, and I feel and like I finally understand how unimportant all those things were, how they just kept me from love, they just kept me from my greatest vibration, they just kept me from my greatest self, my most abundant self. So yeah, just thank you so much for being just a transcendent being that you are and coming in to share the space with us because I think if I'm feeling this, I wonder if the ones who are watching will feel the same thing and will feel the transformation of just hearing you speak and showing us how to get past the things that keep us or the things that we tell ourselves to keep ourselves stuck. Yeah. So thank you again for that. I have more questions, but I just wanted to express that deep gratitude because, again, it feels so transformational just hearing you speak.
I see.
Mhm,
And what I'm speaking truly into is the
mhm,
voice of every being listening to this.
mhm,
As there's no time when I'm tapping into energy, is we're now bound by space or time. Everything is happening in and now. And here's something that it's a high level of hope.
mhm,
Literally the hope that turned my shift from wanting to leave this planet.
mhm,
What made me stay is the hope of what is possible because I was that person carrying the biggest wins. I'm talking about closets and closets and closets. You wouldn't be able to come too close to me because I was afraid of like, what if that comes out? What if that closet opens? What if this opens? What if that one opens? Because I have so
mhm,
much. I was never taught how to process my emotions, and there is a book that I channeled that is coming out in next few months that I
uh-huh,
truly believe will change, will shift that within humanity.
mhm,
Um, my invitation to you is begin feeling your emotions the sooner you can. Not feeling in a way of bursting into other person, but
mhm,
by yourself. Simply feel it with no bursting it out because when we feel it, then we blame another, then we're sending that energy back in the ether and that comes back and we're just playing volleyball with this negativity,
yeah.
right? So anything that happens is for you to remember that you are love.
Mhm,
So if you come from that level, any pain, you're like, okay, I forgive you means I give you back your truth of what happened.
mhm,
I reclaim my innocence because at core, I'm always love.
mhm,
And the hope that brought me back was any work that you do today,
mhm,
tomorrow, and the after tomorrow on your soul, it's changing your future, your past, and your present. Because everything is in the now. There's no, we're perceiving this life as linear, yesterday, like past, future, present, right? What is actually happening, we're living multidimensional realities all at the same time.
mhm,
So if there's something that happened in a childhood, they are like, this is sure I can have a great life right now, but that is so present. That happened. I just want to punch the whole world because that was not fair to that child. Because that is what we truly do. By stopping our love flow, we're punishing the world for what happened to that child. But these people in our life right now have nothing to do with that.
mhm,
They just want to love, right?
mhm,
So knowing that, we have so much compassion. And when we do work today, when we open our heart to love, the love spills into the past, into the future, into all of the timelines.
mhm,
And your life shifts. You shift.
mhm,
You begin to see even the things from the past as you become more love, the story changes.
yeah.
Even in my book, I had to rewrite my story that I wrote 3 years ago because I'm like, I don't relate to that person. I want to
Mm,
write the biography. So I had to write it again from a new me
mhm,
because I've shifted so much.
mhm,
So all the stories that we tell us helped us get to this point in our time. And
mhm,
any work that you do right now to open and love more of you, it's transcending your past, your future, and all the timelines. Even if you don't believe in it, the more you love, the more compassion you're gonna have for those who hurt you. Up to you get to the point that you're like, thank you, and I'm sorry you had to play the role of an asshole for I don't know 5 years. It took me to learn that lesson. I am so sorry. Here, have some love and compassion for me. I'm sorry I had to play this role for me to
mhm,
understand that I am godly love.
mhm,
That is what we hear. We sign up for all of these dynamics so we can remember that we are loved, that we're godly. And now when we remember this, we're like, okay, all of this is a really tough training. And I'm thankful to all of the teachers.
mhm,
Now it's like, okay, shh, clean slate, open book. What do I want to create? Is there anyone from my past, of my teachers or fellow partners, that I want to bring into my new creation, because now I'm walking the path with my highest self, with my godly self. There's nothing I cannot do right now. You literally shift in your life right now. So you bring this path and you take every person that is in your life. If you say the name of a person, he opens up your heart, write on a paper. If he doesn't, that is your choice. We have choices. We can love on that within yourself. We can offer the relationship to come to light if the other being is open to communicate in a level of love. And if they don't, then we love them, we allow them to have their experience. But we're not stagnating. We're stopping our growth because we want to carry all the neighbors and the whole neighborhood. That is not your business. That is actually you taking up on karma from other beings. Not only are you slowing down, but you're picking up karma that is not yours. Your path is yours solely. It doesn't, even if you're like, I am in this realm of helping others, but I'm never claiming that I'm doing it for you, like you're doing it. I'm really showing you how. I'm holding that frequency, but you are doing the work. When we understand that, then you begin to reclaim your power, because nobody knows more of what is best for you than you. All that you are looking for is inside you. And we're thanking everyone for allowing us to remember that up to this point. We're like, Veronica, thank you. I'm ready to make a whole new life. Maybe only 2 people from the past are going to create with me, because they resonate with me. My heart opens when I just think about them. And then you take your phone and you delete every portal, every text message, every email. It's a portal that still continues the energy between you and that being. We're going to matrix. You take the phone and the email and social media and you clean up and you allow only portals that when you look at that being or that person, you're like, right? You are the creator of your world. What do you choose to feel? You reclaim that power from all those portals. And the next step, you do the sound. You're like, oh, I've been listening to radio for 40 hertz, something that is so unharmonious. And not even that, but listening to a language that just doesn't feel right with my soul. What if I just turn off the whole sounds? And I specifically bring playlists that are frequencies that I just put it on and it feels good. It opens me up just like I feel right now. So you immerse your life into sound frequencies. And when you do that, you're going to begin seeing the veil between the worlds become thinner and thinner. You stop the noise. And then you begin to notice the flowers and the trees and all the magic and the sunrise and sunsets. They're fueling you, life force. Your sun is your life force. Don't look at the sun because it's bad for you. What? We're speaking into a lot of things that I'm inviting you to consider for you. Pick the truth that is right for you. They're simply different perceptions. Begin to think for you and choose what feels right. You begin to create your life. You're like, okay, in my life, maybe I'm picking 2 people from the past. Who do I want to play with? I love this person. I love this person. I love this. I'm going to play with them in any form. You can play with a person through the video like you're doing right now. You're playing with me. We don't have to be in the same living room for us to have this experience together, for my soul to connect to yours and remember what we came here to do. Right? Immerse your life into beings that are aligned with who you are. And through that, your world becomes that. You're going to begin to see people living in very different realities. All here at the same time. I've noticed that for myself.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Relationship having a different reality than my partner, very different reality. And we are next to each other, right? It is how you perceive the world. Are you seeing it from your mind and you're continuously living your life out of fear? You make all the decisions out of fear. You go to a restaurant, you make a decision out of fear for not having enough money versus like, no, my heart just wants salmon and I'm going to have salmon. Right? Who you're listening to, because maybe you listening to the heart and having that salmon brings you so much pleasure. Your inner child comes out. You're like, I'm ready to play. Let's create this. And then the money comes in and it's like, oh, all I had to do is say yes to me. What? And I've been giving my power away, hoping that others will tell me that I'm okay.
Mhm.
This is the hope, and the hope is you. Because if I can do this, that means you can do this too. Reclaim your freedom. And this is the gift that I have for you, a map of inner freedom, a powerful channelings that will awaken all the restriction within you so you can come back to the magical, holy you. That is my heart desire for you, to
I
be
love that.
this magical you.
Thank you again for explaining that even more deeply. I think our journey is unconditional love, and our journey is accepting it. Um, yeah, so thank you again for saying that. I'm excited for people to come in and listen. But also, that one thing I wanted to say is, you were talking about growing up and having holes in your shoes, and that brought up a memory of me going through the same thing. And I was thinking about it, and really, like, for whatever reason, as we were doing it, the truth of the situation came to me. And the situation was we were very, very poor. There was holes in my shoes, and I couldn't really ask for much because we just didn't have it. But I also remember how I would pick the shoe that was bigger than it should have been, and that there was a lot of like, I don't know, it was weird. Like it was like this weird realization of like the truth of the situation. It wasn't just the fault of the person who was supposed to take care of me at the time. It was like my fault too. Like I couldn't just give them everything.
Oh, let's move away from fault because there are no faults, because that's already aligned with guilt and shame. So we already above that, we're at the level of love.
Mhm.
So we begin to see everything that comes to us, we begin to process it from a level of love. We don't have time to go back to the level of, because what we do, you're speaking about the shoes, right? So
Yes.
for the child in that moment, it's like it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
Like, I'm a beautiful being. Why the child can have that and I can't have too? Like, what did I do wrong? Right? That's how a child perceives. So
Mhm.
don't we never process that emotion. We go through life and we're like, I don't know, 38, 40 years old.
Yeah.
And something like this comes out, you're in a situation and you tell yourself no. Because maybe it's too much or maybe it's not practical, it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
You're still parenting yourself the same way you parent parented you. And that's where the wind continues on.
Yes. Huh.
So that is why it's so important to fulfill your heart's desire, even if they seem unpractical. Because what a
Mhm.
child wants, it's unpractical. Take a child to the store, he's going to put every candy in the cart.
Mhm.
When I opened up, so I personally started living my childhood at 30. I
Mhm.
gave myself permission because I had to be an adult and being an old soul. It was easy. I became the parent in every situation in my life very early on.
Mhm.
So at 30, I'm like, okay, now I have money, I have freedom,
Mhm.
and I live my childhood for the first time. I don't think it's stopped. It's still going. Like I have this like childlike innocence because that is truly like when you bring your inner child to work,
Mhm.
that's the passion. That's the zest. They're like, I don't care if it hasn't been done before. I'm gonna do it because I'm excited about it and I believe in everything. If I believe it, then it's possible. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this desire and belief.
Yeah.
There's many ways to heal that kind of trauma. We can use timeline therapy. You can work with someone. You can open up to living your inner child dreams, meaning you take maybe a week or a month or the rest of your life.
Mhm.
And anytime your inner child wants something, whether it's candy or a pumpkin or whatever it is, the symptom, you instantly give yourself to that. You become the perfect parent for your desire because the desire comes from your child. When you become a perfect parent for your child's desire, when you take the wisdom of an adult you combine with the child's innocence, passion, life force, curiosity, and zest for more, you combine those two forces. Do you think that whatever passion you have here to create, you're not able to create? It's 11:11 right now. You'll be able to create anything when you combine those two because you have the wisdom of what it's like to be a human in this world, what it's like to live through this world, what it's like to make money and all of it. And you bring the inner child. You bring them to it. That means Anything that you do, it's play. This is play for me, right? Anything I do is play. If I don't play, I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
And it puzzles people because they're like, well, you don't want to do things that you don't like to do. Why would I?
Exactly.
This is my life. This is my inner child. This is my life force. This is my godly self. Why would I do anything I don't want to do? Why would I imprison myself and give this kind of permission for others to do too? We create our own prison. We create our own matrix. Begin saying yes to the desires. It doesn't matter if that means buying yourself flowers or walking barefoot or going outside and singing out loud or howling in the moon or buying yourself all the shoes in the world so you can make up for that childhood dream. I don't care what it is. Say yes to your heart's desire. Say yes to your heart. Everything goes to the same place. Everything goes to the same place. So love you. I buy myself clothes. In fact, I go through new wardrobes like every several months.
I love that.
My childhood, because I didn't have money, I had to wear clothes that were two size bigger. So in the winter, I can wear stuff underneath.
Yeah,
I never
same.
had clothes that fit my beautiful body. And I'm like, nobody sees me. Right? And what did I do? I opened up to my ability to design clothes. I made many dresses.
Mm.
I turned that into a gift. So, what pain do you have from childhood? Maybe for you is to create a line of shoes for
Mhm.
children. So, maybe it's a nonprofit, maybe it's something to help others that have holes in their shoes. So, you take that pain and you turn it into something good.
Mhm.
Every pain that you feel in your heart, that is your gold mine. That is your gold mine to have a beautiful experience in this world and to create a lot of money. So, what is it? Let's open up that heart.
I love
It's,
that.
it's time.
Mhm. Uh-huh. Thank you. I love that. Okay, I want to ask you now about your work at Angels Gate Academy. What exactly is that? And how can you, or how do you focus on self mastery, and how do you help others focus on self mastery? I think we've spoken a lot about self mastery in this, but I guess I want to ask you, like, how can one begin on the journey of self mastery beyond just like making the choice?
Hmm. Well, the self mastery journey calls you. Calls you. If you're that individual, you're like, there's something, there's got to be something more, there's got to be something better. Like, whatever I'm attracting in my life, it's not resonating with what my heart calls me. Whoever I'm interacting with, I don't feel home. And if you're longing for that home, then join our Angels Gate Academy because that's what that is. We delve into different subjects, into different winding and perceptions and ways that we can open up to more than we are, to our godly self. We go through times, through space, through dimensions. And in the academy, we already have like, I think, over 50 powerful activations that we've done so far. So when you join, you like instantly get access to all of that. Like,
Ooh.
and that will literally shift and transform your life because what we do is we meet every Saturday live on Zoom. And then we go into a full on activation. I might speak for a few moments at the beginning, and then we go into a journey. So you get to experience your whole self connected to all that is. You will find that home not only within our community, but you'll begin to learn how to fish for your own fish. So you don't have to go around and search how do you do this? Who has the answer to this? What I share in Angels Gate Academy is I share how you can become your own leader, your own creator. I'm not doing anything. That is a co-creation of all of us. I am the channel I speak into, but I can only speak and create into what shows up in that moment, what it needs to be. Like, it's it is something that you have to experience.
Okay. Okay. I know it sounds very amazing. It sounds very transformational. Because I think just speaking to you, I think anybody can feel that. And I know if we're getting activations from you, through you, by you, I know lives are changing at a monumental level.
We're creating the new world. This is it. We are the creators.
Mm-hmm.
We have the power. It's no longer the governments. You'll see all the system being overthrown in the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
Way. And it's not going from patriarchy to matriarchy. It's uniting both, within and without. So this is what every being is faced to is we're faced with the winds of the separation between masculine and feminine, between mind and heart, between our whole self and our humanness. We begin to see the difference. And now it's like, oh, okay, so there's a spiritual world, they're all in the heart, and it's all this, and want nothing to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the 3D world, and we're like, oh, all mind, we're all money and success, and you don't want any of that stuff, right? Right now, we're in a transition of combining the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the work that I share, it's bridging the two worlds. It's allowing you to live as a multidimensional being, meaning being aware, connected to all that is, while traversing to the 3D reality in the most conscious way, as the highest being that you can be. So truly what we do is allowing you to be the utmost divine self while you're having this human experience.
Mm-hmm.
When we do that, every single person can counteract the energy of thousands of people around. It can be a clerk at the store, and if you show up with the level of 10, of flow of love, you just healed 500 people that came shopping that day. Not healed, but you allowed them to feel what it's like, to remember what it's like to feel this good. They're like, I don't know why. Trader Joe's hires people who just like so colorful. And everybody loves Trader Joe's. And I go there, I'm like, I don't have a lot of things that I need. But I understand why people love it because what they created, the energy that is created there. Go to Lululemon, any company that invests in their people, in their heart, in their soul, in their growth. You walk into that business and you just like feel good. You want to go there. So this is the world that we're creating. We created things from our minds. Now we can take this creations and let's infuse it with all that is and bring that divine juice through everything that we're already creating. Because this mug could be infused with the highest vibration, could be, it could be so expanded into more than just a cup of water. It could have a message that shows a person how to imprint a certain frequency in the water so when you drink it, it actually becomes holy for you. It heals you. So a lot of these truths that are already within us are going to open up for you as you begin to experience this soul journey. Your life becomes magical. Anything you do is no longer mundane, it's a ceremony. Because you might be washing dishes on this dimension, another dimension. You're like flowing with your magic wand and you're creating a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
When you're connected to that, all of a sudden your washing dishes become so magical. Because you're not just washing dirt. You're like, no, I'm creating a whole new world. I'm connected to my fairy self. I know exactly what I'm doing right now. And it feels so good. And now feeling this energy through my vessel, I sprinkle out this energy through the world. Every neighbor, everyone around me is somehow feeling better. They don't even know I'm around, but somehow their day is better. When we understand that everything we do creates ripple effect in the whole world, that it doesn't matter if you keep your stuff in the closet, if you feel them and you carry them, that is affecting the whole field. We're not helping anyone by hiding our pain or by bursting it when it's coming out because we can no longer control it. Yeah, the book is coming out this time.
It's funny
All
that you.
about emotions and how to traverse this world and understand emotions.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say the title. It's beautiful.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
It's coming. We're going to do an interview and we'll blast it out.
Yes, I love that because I was like, at the beginning of this, I was like, I wonder if she has her book ready. And then
It's
I know you already had a book, but I'm like,
yeah, I've been sitting on it for 3 years and now I got the green light that the world is ready to receive it.
I'm
So,
excited. That's awesome. I love that. That book's gonna be amazing.
mhm.
When do you have it set to release, or are you still in the making of it?
Well, let's set it up right now. Might as well
Ooh.
put myself on the fire. That is how I personally get over my fear or anything that is standing in the way. So let's set up a date. When would that be good?
Ooh.
We are in October, November, December. Hmm. Hmm. Well, you started it. When are we? You tell me. What feels?
Ah,
Tap into your inner channel self.
hmm. As I'm checking in, I'm seeing something heavily towards summer of next year,
Summer,
like March.
March. I feel like March feels better.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
thinking like March, June.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I
See
love
what
March.
happens.
Let's do March. Let's set that in the ether that by March,
Hmm.
unless something shifts and it's called to be soon.
Hmm. I think
As
March is
things
good.
are shifting as we're speaking into this new creation, so as we begin to question how we lived our life,
Mhm.
um, that future might come here now sooner,
Mm.
as than time. As they say, the student or the student is when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Hmm.
And I'm saying this from a place of student and teacher
Yeah.
because that book was channeled for me too. It was
Mhm.
truth that I needed in my life to shift,
Mhm.
and I'm response able to
Mhm.
share that with the world.
Mhm.
And this is a thing with these gifts. The more you open up to your gifts and you receive it, then you realize that is your responsibility to share it with others, at least with one more being that is calling for.
Yeah.
So if the book is called sooner, then you'll come in sooner.
Okay.
I'm ready. It's ready.
Mhm. It definitely seems like it's coming very quickly.
Yeah.
Because that was my first thought when we got on was like, I know that there's a book coming, like a new one. Excuse me.
Oh, there's burp confirmation. Oh, I love this synchronicities.
Mhm. I'm
Ah,
excited.
so much magic.
But I want to ask you next, what role does ancestral connections play in the teachings at Angel Gate Academy? And can I add another question to that? How can one strengthen their bond with their ancestors during this sacred time of year?
Hmm. Any gift that we open comes with, let me say a price, an investment, right? So when we open up to our ancestor gifts, we also open up to the karma. And I'm guided to share this because it
Mm.
is important to know what we get into. Um, why is it important to open up to the gifts, and do we do that in the academy? Yes, absolutely. Anything that is within your DNA, it's from your ancestral lineage, right? So we do work that we bring and we connect to multidimensionality. We also do work to clear and also enhance and open up our ancestral gifts. So it's a double work between the worlds. We did a program to clear karma from this life and then past lives and then celestial. So when you open up to ancestral gifts that is within your DNA, that means you might just need to do an activation or initiation. It could be me, it could be anyone that calls you, right? You just feel like this pull. So the person can activate or initiate you, and then the gift opens up. Now, when the gift opens up, you might also be faced with certain happenings. They're still within your DNA of you using that gift in the past. Not you, but ancestral lineage. Then that comes to the surface, and that's why Witchwind came up, right? We open up now in this time to our magical abilities to heal, right? To find the medicine woman, the wild woman, the healer, the witch, I don't know, call it whatever it is. We have so many names, right? So when we open up to that ability to be able to pull energy from the sun, from the moon, to work with elements, to know what herbs are good, to know what things to do to enhance this physical body. The gift, we're like, here's the gift. It's great. Here, clairvoyance, clairsentience, whatever it is. Then that gift also opens up all the ones that haven't been able to clear, all the karma it is for you to clear because you are the front of the lineage. So like for me, I asked like my strongest sense is clairsentience and claircognizance, right?
Mhm.
So when I opened that, like I just knew things without knowing, and
Mhm.
I just feel every single person. Now feeling every single person, it took me a while to traverse this life just to be able to like maneuver, and that's why I wrote that book, The Emotion.
Mhm.
But now being faced with ancestral winds, like I'm doing a meditation, and this witch wind comes from like, I don't know, past lives when, I was burned at the stake, or someone from ancestral lineage was burned at the stake for doing this and that and that. Now the wind comes in and there's this desire like, oh, but there is this gift that you have.